Opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from man. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You ought to make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's war I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. You had been working my word. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Nope, game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Talk Your Team Tuesday. If you got a team, NBA, NFL, MLB, college, call in and talk your team. Call in and talk your team. Good, bad, happy, or sad, this is the day we want you to call in and talk your team. And I was talking to a friend of mine on the way in from Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Burrow and company, and I told her to call in and talk your team. She's also a Cincinnati Reds fan, and I'm just going to say this out loud with my chest. Reds ain't been nothing since they got rid of Dusty Baker. Remember, Dusty can't win in the playoffs. Dusty can't win in the playoffs. Well, guess what? Y'all sure fixed that because y'all ain't been to the playoffs since. Talk Your Team Tuesday. And I'm from Cincinnati, so don't be mad at me. I'm talking my team. Ain't been in the playoffs since. Oh, Marvin Lewis can't win in the playoffs. Ain't been to the playoffs since. Talk Your Team Tuesday. In fact, today we're actually going to talk. One of the listeners was texting me back and forth last night, and I finally told him, great idea. What he wanted me to do was not break down each team and which team I thought was going to win their divisions. He asked me to break down the quarterbacks in each division, rank the quarterbacks in each of the divisions. So AFC East, AFC North, AFC South, AFC West, NFC East, NFC North, NFC South, and NFC West. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to kind of rank where I think the quarterbacks are, and you can talk your team. You can talk your team. Keith Hennick, is Tom Brady the best quarterback in the NFC South? Of course he is. We'll see. You know me. I'm a little different. and I got it to back. I got what I need to back it up. So, Talk Your Team Tuesday right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Or if you're on Facebook, the new location is the Lunch Break Facebook page at The Lunch Break KYOK. At The Lunch Break KYOK. That's where you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to at KYOK Radio. At KYOK Radio. And then, of course, on YouTube, it's The Lunch Break with AJ. The Lunch Break with AJ. And on Twitter, it's at Lunch Break KYOK. At Lunch Break KYOK. Those are all the ways you can find us right now. Still working on some stuff, so y'all keep it right there. All right, we'll be right back after this first break. Talk Your Team Tuesday on the legendary KYOK.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America, District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Give the people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
You're having your lunch on the lunch break with KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. I had somebody say, yo, man, whenever a radio station says they're legendary, I just stop listening. Bruh, when you've been around as long as KYOK has, KYOK's been around since the 60s. That's legendary. That's legendary, bro. So you can be mad if you want to, but that's legendary right there. So yeah, we're not just making it up. We walking and talking the same thing. Big shout out to CJ, Keith Hennick, Kimberlyn Negrette, a Southern Jag fan and a New Orleans Saints fan, I think. CJ's from Memphis, so I know she likes the Memphis Tigers. She's a big Anthony Hardaway fan. But I don't know. Are you a Tennessee Titan fan, CJ? And then Keith Hennick is all things Buccaneers. I mean, the one dude I know that from jump, off the rip, said that the Buccaneers were going to win it all last year, and he stuck with it. I mean, he had moments where he said, oh, we're not very good right now, but he never gave up the hope. So I got to give him love and credit. So anyway, Talk Your Team Tuesday. I'm compiling the list of quarterbacks in the different divisions, and I got to tell you, it's pretty interesting. I mean, what do you do in the AFC South? Do you go without Deshaun or do you go with Deshaun? And oh yeah, by the way, has Trevor Lawrence signed yet? I don't know. And if Trevor Lawrence, I can't see a scenario where he doesn't sign number one pick in the draft. I mean, it's a slotted salary. And I think it's just the details on how much of the money that they're allowed to pay him goes into a signing bonus versus goes into the actual paycheck every week. But he hadn't signed from what I understand. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he's signed on the dotted line yet. So what are we talking about? Tyrod Taylor, Gardner Minshew, Carson Wentz, and Ryan Tannehill. You know, it's a pretty interesting assignment. Before I get to it, though, I've got to go basketball. I am not going to shortchange everything that's going on in the NBA playoffs just to give the NFL some love. But you got to know what we're going to do today. What we're going to do today is, we're going to give love to the quarterbacks in each of the divisions. Who's the number one quarterback in the division? In my opinion, number 2, number 3, number 4. We'll do it like that. CJ says, I am, and I'm also legendary. I've been around since the 60s. You just gave me a new perspective on things. Thanks. Hey, you got to walk your walk, and you got to talk your talk. I got a revelation coming in today. I'm not going to get deep and spiritual and everything like that. Let me just give you this free one. I was just heading in my car. I said, it's not the lies that people tell about me or a person. It's the person telling the lies. I don't mind people lying on me, but why are you lying on me? That's the crazy part. So, now I know who and what to pray for. I ain't praying against the lies. I'm praying for the person telling them. Like, Lord, whatever's going on in them. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, CJ, you walk your truth. You are definitely legendary. I'm sorry that you're a Tennessee Titan fan, but you are definitely legendary. In fact, I'm not sorry. Y'all gonna win the AFC South. What am I apologizing to you for? Y'all about to go, look, y'all about to be on a first name basis with Beyonce. Y'all about to be on a first name basis with Beyonce because y'all are winning the AFC South. Not the Texans, not Jacksonville, and certainly not Indianapolis. So anyway, that part. All right, last night, them Atlanta Hawks. Last night, them Atlanta Hawks did it again. They did it again, and I, for one, am happy about it. Atlanta is getting it done. I'm enjoying that matchup between the Hawks and Philly. I'm loving it. Atlanta was down, 60-42 at one point, something like that. And they walked that thing on down. They said, come here, in their Mortal Kombat voice. And then at the end, they said, finish him. 103-100, went over Philly, tied the series at 2 each. And Trae Young, the young man that everybody loves to hate, all he did was drop 25 points, but dished out 18 assists in the win. And again, I've already issued my statement of apology. I was wrong. I misjudged him. I talked down on him. I want the Rockets to move him around. I'm talking about none other than Clint Capella, adding 13 rebounds in the win. I mean it. Atlanta, you ain't got to like them. You don't have to believe in them. They are that team that, all right, they could be this year's Miami. Everybody's waiting on them to lose. Everybody's expecting them to lose. Trae Young kind of has that Jimmy Butler mentality of this business. I ain't got time to play with y'all. I'm not here to be your friend. We ain't swapping jerseys after the game. We'll swap them after the series is over, and you can take that with you. So I'm just saying, man, I'm loving the Atlanta bad boy underdog. Nobody expected us to be here. As my friend who has moved her membership over to that of Marvin Sapp up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area would have said, never would have made it without you. That's how the Atlanta Hawks are dealing with each other. They looking at each other like, yo, it's us, and I can't make it without you. Them cats are playing well together, and they are frustrating the heck out of Philadelphia. And let's just go ahead and state it for the record. Joel Embiid ain't right. Joel Embiid is not okay. What did Joel Embiid do? I think he missed his last 12 shots, fooling with that knee. Y'all, basketball is a sport where your bottom half, it counts. It matters. Whether it be the hamstring, whether it be the groin, whether it be the knee, whether it be the ankle, high or low. Any one of those things goes out, and you're not going to be yourself. And Joel Embiid is playing literally on one leg. I'm not trying to be over and melodramatic. He's playing on one leg. And that thing was hurting him last night. It was hurting him last night. He wasn't trying to walk upstairs. He wasn't trying to go and get mail out of the box. He wasn't trying to walk down aisle 5 to get, all the healthy food that he eats. Joel Embiid was trying to run up and down the court in an NBA playoff game, and I got to give him some credit. 17 points, 21 rebounds, and 4 assists. Plus, he knocked down a 3. That sounds all right. It's under his average, obviously. But here's the thing. He was 4 for 20. Embiid was 4 for 20. Missed his last 12 shots. Somebody else got to step up. Ben Simmons, it's your time. It's your time, Ben Simmons. He had 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. Got to do better than that. Ben Simmons has got to get it going. Tobias Harris did what he could. 20 points, 8 for 15 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. Seth Curry, 17. 7 for 10. Seth might have to get that shot total up. Seth, Tobias, Ben have to be the new big 3 in Philly for them to have a chance. The good thing is Embiid has last night, tonight, tomorrow morning, afternoon, before he has to get back on that knee again. And whatever they got to put on it, man, if they got to put that Australian emu oil, what was that stuff Ray Lewis was using back in the day? Antler spray? Whatever they got to slap on that bad boy. CBD is the new magic elixir. Baby, slap all that on it. Bathe in it. Folks are starting to sage and burn sage in the room. Light that bad boy up. Put it all around the knee. Folks are looking at their radio or their social media sites. Is this dude even saved? It's about getting the knee working. It's about getting the knee working. Where's that dude Benny Hinn when you need him? You need Benny Hinn to take his coat off and slap Joel Embiid's knee with the coat. Because you got to get that thing working. And while you're at it, go ahead and slap Tobias Harris, Seth Curry, and Ben Simmons with it. Get them rolling. Dwight Howard, 7 points, 10 rebounds. Might as well get him going too. And Shake Milton started off kind of hot, and then he cooled off. Kimberly Negrete, Sage, whatever you can do, babe. Whatever you can do. Take a break. Be right back.
This is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of CWA District 6, representing over 30,000 union members in Texas, asking you to please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for Lamarck City Council District 8. I've known Kim to be a hard-working community activist who is responsive to the needs of the community, and as a city council member, will work hard to improve the lives of all residents of Lamarck. Early voting is taking place June 7th through June 15th, and Election Day is June 19th. Please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for City Council District 8.
Paid for by the Texas for Working Families.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire. located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break. Talk Your Team Tuesday. The lunch break will make you jump. I don't need him be jumping just yet. I need him to go sit down somewhere. Elevate that knee, slap some ice on it, some Bengay, some icy hot, some, fresh emu of oil, some yak juice. Man, I mean Jamba juice, CBD juice. What's that stuff your grandmama used to put on before she put them socks on that just looked like they sucked all the blood out of her legs? That too. Smelled like old people. Hey, Valencia King, slap that on there. Put a hot compress on it. A heating pad. You know, everything is all right with a heating pad. Give him some castor oil. You know, castor oil will take everything out you. Anything that ain't supposed to be there, castor oil will get it out you. Suck that pain out of that knee for him real good. Take him down to the church. Not the church. Can't go to church on this one. He need to go to the church where they get to speaking in tongues and slapping Earl on it. Caladrill. Keith Hennig said put some Caladrill on it. Bruh, seriously, all joking aside, man. I almost broke my neck the other day. I backed in to a friend's spot. I had to drop something off, and their visitor parking is up against a fence that has all kinds of foliage growing out of it. And I was a Cub Scout, Boy Scout, all of that. And I half remember what happened yesterday. And I called myself trying to remember what poison ivy, poison oak, and poison something else looked like. And I swore, can I just be real with y'all? I swear for God, I thought I saw a big old strand of poison ivy sticking out and touching the back of my car. And what did I have to do? I had to go to the back of my car, open the trunk, and get out whatever I was dropping off. Man, I was trying to, do the matrix and get around that one little strand of what I thought was poison, ivy, oak, yak, whatever it was. And I ain't as nimble as I used to be. Me and Barry Sanders used to get confused with each other because, he could do this, I could do that. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like that no more. And I literally, this true confession, I hope I have a good Catholic priest or a good Catholic somebody listening. I almost fell like 10 times on the same fall. Have you ever done that? Have you all ever almost fell multiple times on the same fall? I almost fell 10 times on the same fall trying to get away from that one little strand. And it felt like it was alive and trying to touch me. So I shimmied when I should have shammied. I leaned when I should have leaned back. And I almost fell 10 times on the same fall. I do want some credit, though. I do want some credit. The credit is I didn't drop what I got out of the trunk. It didn't touch the ground. It did not touch the ground. I was so mad when I got in there. I said, man, y'all need to cut that junk off them fences. What are you talking about? That stuff? Do you even know what poison ivy looks like? I think that ain't it. Oh, well, that right there, whatever that is, almost killed me 10 times on one fall. Keith Hennig, potato juice will do that to you. Doc, I didn't even have water in me that day. I almost fell 10 times on one fall, bro. All right, so I got that off my system now. Don't tell nobody. That's just between us. If you my real friend, you won't tell nobody. CJ, Keith, Joel, if y'all my real friend, Mad Dog, I see you. Mad Dog, I see. Mad Dog, you know, he was part of the lunch break Keeping Up with the Joneses challenge. That'll be coming up again when football season starts. Get ready to get your team together. You'll be competing for $500 on the lunch break if you can pick more right than wrong than anybody else in the group. All right. Kimberly Negrette said, I'm in front of Walgreens with a dress on. Longest fall in history. In front of Walgreens with a dress on. Longest fall in history. You know it's a bad fall when it gets in slow motion. Anytime your fall gets in slow motion, it's going to be a bad one. It's going to be a bad one. It's like if it's a slow fall or your life flashes before your eyes, that's going to be a bad fall. CJ, too much of that coffee. I won't tell. You know, Keith, coffee with Keith, he got me drinking all kinds of coffee. He has me drinking all kinds of coffee. I'm drinking coffee stuff I ain't never drank before. Coffee stuff I ain't never drank, but no, it wasn't the coffee that got me. I'm serious. I was literally trying to get around this strand of foliage that in my mind was going to make my whole body break out for the rest of my life. And I was going to need Caladril, Hydril, Benadryl, and a power drill. All of that. So anyway, if your fall is in slow motion or your life flashes before your eyes, just get ready to say ouch, because it's going to be a bad one. It's going to be a bad one. All right, so I got somebody from 270. I don't even know where that is. 270-263. AJ, why are you hyping up the Atlanta Hawks? All they're doing is prolonging the inevitable. Okay, which series are you watching? Was there a different game on last night? Did they air a different game on wherever 270 is? Let me Google this real fast. 270 area code. 270. We got listeners all over. That's in Kentucky. You know what? Stop. Stop it. I ain't trying to hate on Kentucky. You know, I used to live across the river in Cincinnati. Stop it. What y'all know about football up in Kentucky? If you're not talking about Kentucky State, you ain't talking about football in Kentucky. If you're talking basketball, I get it. Louisville. Ooh, boy, I just threw big shade at the Wildcats of University of Kentucky. But, I mean, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Prolonging the inevitable. Somebody help me out. Did we miss something last night? Was Philly supposed to win last night and just Atlanta flip the script? What is going on here? Prolonging the inevitable. We don't know if Joel Embiid's going to be able to walk, let alone come back and play well. Oh, I guess you're saying that Philly is going to play better at home than they did on the road. You do know that Philly lost the game at home, right? Philly lost a game at home. Philly won a game on the road. That's how they got their 2 wins. Atlanta won a game in Philly, lost a game in Atlanta. That's how they got their 2 wins. I don't get the inevitable part. Atlanta's got just as good a shot to win that series as, the other team that has the same number of wins and losses. I need whatever crystal ball folks have in sports that helps them know this stuff. I know I sound like I know it sometime, but yeah, I don't think this is inevitable. I really don't. You can't say that about Utah and the Clippers either. Remember, everybody wrote the Clippers off and everybody was ready to run Paul George out of LA. Everybody was ready to give Kawhi Leonard to Miami. We still mad or no? We still don't like Paul George or no? I'm sorry. He had 31 last night. PG had 31 last night. Kawhi Leonard had 31 last night. Fifth duo in NBA history to have back-to-back 30-plus in the playoffs. 5th. So now anytime you're saying in NBA history and your name's in it and it ain't nothing bad, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It wasn't the most turnovers in NBA history. It wasn't the most missed shots in NBA history like the Rockets did in Game 7 against the Golden State Warriors a few years back. Paul George is balling. And Kawhi Leonard took somebody's soul last night. Kawhi Leonard dunked on the dude last night. I just saw his soul leave his whole body. I was like, wow. And as nice as Kawhi is and quiet as he is, Kawhi will talk that stuff. Kawhi looked into that man's life where the soul used to be. Just stared at him like, and he ain't going to say nothing. Oh, yeah, and he did that, and they won. I love Utah. I love what we were seeing out of Utah before the series switched over to LA. Donovan Mitchell is having an epic run. 37 last night. 37 the night before that, and then of course the big 40-point output. But all that came in a loss. And again, now the pressure is squarely on Utah. The pressure's on Utah because Utah has to defend their home court now. Because you let LA get Game 5 in Utah tomorrow night at 9, and it's they go home and have to just get one. Donovan Mitchell's not the problem. Bogdanovich, not the problem. O'Neal, not the problem. Ingles, not the problem. They got very little off their bench. Very little. Clarkson, 3 for 12 from the field, 8 points. 2 for 8 from 3. The only 2 other people that scored off the bench, Derek Favors, that's how I know he got his soul took when Kawhi Leonard dunked on him. He had 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 for 4 from the field, and Brantley had a point, and that was in mop-up time. Nothing else off the bench from anybody else. And I hate to say this because I really like this dude. Why did I think they were going to get more offensive production out of Rudy Gobert than what they've been getting? Gobert last night, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 4 for 4 from the field, but and 1 block. I don't know why I expected more offensively from Gobert. Where's that pick and roll? Where's what? You got to get more than 11 from Gobert, right? I could be wrong, but I doubt it. All right, I got to take another break. When I come back, we'll get to tonight's game, and then we'll get into our NFL quarterback ratings. If you want to talk your team, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005, or you can email me, aj@kyoksports.com. That's aj@kyoksports.com. It's the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
It's the lunch break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Talk Your Team Tuesday, and I've got a person over here, got a question about why you coming so hard for Kentucky. What's all that hate about? No hate. Just the Kentucky person that said that Atlanta was delaying the inevitable. Let me just say, Philly without Joel Embiid is a whole different squad. And it ain't like Philly has been ripping off Eastern Conference Finals year after year after year. Remember, trust the process? I don't think the process is complete yet. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, seriously, all joking aside, Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, and somebody else is going to have to step up. They have to step up. Joel Embiid's knee is not going to get better during this series. Going to get worse, or it's going to maintain. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying it's not going to get better with him putting the kind of stress and pressure on it that he's been doing because of the of the play. That being said, the other guys got to step up. You know, Atlanta, Clint Capella is no Joel Embiid, but Clint Capella can do his thing if Embiid can't do his. And Dwight Howard's solid. Don't get me wrong. Dwight Howard's solid. But, again, the edge goes to Capella over Howard. It's Embiid over Capella. So we'll see. We'll see how that breaks down. AJ, Gobert is not a scorer. Gobert is definitely a defender and controls the paint. He adjusts shots all throughout the game. I'm not looking for any more than 12, 11 in there. Well, he gave them 11. It wasn't enough. I mean, they got beat 118 to 104. And for all the controlling of the paint that he did, you got 31 by Kawhi. You got 31 by Paul George. What kind of foul trouble was Gobert in last night? He had 5 fouls. So, yeah, that did it right there. 5 fouls on Gobert, 5 fouls on Bogdanovich, 5 fouls on Mitchell. Favors only had 3 fouls. Favors he's got to kind of make his presence known a little bit more. I mean, he's practicing against the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. You would think that his defense would be similar, not on the same level, but it should look like he's been practicing against the Defensive Player of the Year, right? Or with. I don't know. I mean, again, that's why they play these games. Folks get all excited and they want to move teams on to the next round after they jump out to a 2-0 lead, and then the other team comes back and wins 2 on their court, and it does. It leaves the talking points that folks had, about a week, 2 weeks ago. It leaves them wanting. What more can Donovan Mitchell do? He's got to have help from Gobert. Got to have help from Bogdanovich. Got to have help from Ingles and Clarkson off the bench. Got to have help from them guys. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting series. Again, tomorrow will be Atlanta and Philly at 6:30, and then the late game tomorrow will be the Clippers and Utah. That'll be at 9. These are Central times. Tonight, you've got Brooklyn hosting Milwaukee at 7:30 Central without Kyrie Irving. And James Harden has been upgraded from out to doubtful, which means what you're saying is there's a chance he may play. Do me a favor and rewind back to the Lakers and their elimination game when Anthony Davis tried to play, and that lasted all of how long? I'm not saying that that's going to be the case with James Harden. I'm just saying you need a solid groin to move, defend, lateral movement, get up and down the court against the Milwaukee Bucks. It's not like Milwaukee is a stationary, everything is in the half court. Milwaukee wants to get out and run. Fear the deer. Giannis wants to get out and run. Holiday wants to get out and run. Middleton's best chance they got of, him trying to set it up and, do some things. But, Milwaukee's a team that if you don't get back, they're running. Giannis is going to put his head down and get it in. So if Harden is not right, groin-wise, I guess it's for moral support. I'm not saying that Brooklyn's going to get, run out the gym tonight if they don't have Harden. What I'm saying is, like I said with Utah, other guys have got to step up. Brown, Harris, other guys have got to step up. Blake Griffin's got to, turn back the hands of time and ball out, inside, outside, every side. And he's got to play some defense on the other end. I'm not, but if I'm Milwaukee, I take it to Brooklyn from jump. Like, we are not slowing it down. We are pushing the ball and putting the pressure on Brooklyn, up and down the court. Especially if Harden's in there with a questionable groin muscle. So that's tonight. That's tonight. That's going to be at 7:30 Central. (281-453-1000). 281-453-1000 if you want to get in, or you can text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. Got a text message in from 832-232. AJ, all those Houston Rockets still in the playoffs. What does that say about the front office for the Rockets? Well, that front office is gone. That front office is gone. Yeah, I take that back. I take that back. Rafael Stone did move PJ Tucker. Rafael did move Boogie Cousins. Boogie's still with the Clippers. Austin Rivers was gone, I think, before Rafael, right? Am I wrong? Clint Capella was before Rafael. That was under Daryl Morey. Mike James, that was long before Rafael. That was definitely Morey. James Harden, that's Rafael. He's still playing. A lot of Rockets out there. A lot of Rockets out there. In fact, Chris Gardner, Houston Roundball Review, put together the names of the Rockets that were still playing. Let me see if I can find that message. Here we go. Patrick Beverly. Okay, that was Daryl Morey. Clint Capella, Daryl Morey. Jeff Green. I think that was Morey. James Harden, Rafael Stone. Marcus Morris, that was Morey. Chris Paul, that was Tillman Fertitta. Austin Rivers, either Morey or Stone. PJ Tucker was Stone. And Lou Williams, that's right, Lou Williams is still playing along with Boogie Cousins. Lou Williams was Daryl Morey, and Boogie Cousins was Rafael Stone. So a little bit of both, a little bit of both front offices. But yeah, a lot of Rockets. And don't forget, Mike D'Antoni is still in the playoffs. Daryl Morey is still in the playoffs. I said this, and I'm probably never going to get credentials again. I really believe that Tillman Fertitta started meddling, if you will, or getting involved. That's the right word. That's right. If y'all are listening to me, PR department from the Rockets, if y'all are listening to me, these are my views and opinions. Hold on, let me hit the disclaimer real quick. Let me hit this real quick. Listen.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Yeah, so when other people on the staff or the management try and get credentials, give them theirs. These are just my opinion. I felt like Tillman tried to get more involved in the parts of the running of the team that you're the owner, you own. Let the general manager general manage. Let the head coach coach, and so on. For Daryl Morey to be like, yeah, I just want to go spend time with my kids. Like, I just want to spend time with my kid. That was telling to me. That was very telling. It's like, I just don't want to do anything basketball related. I just want to go spend time with my kids. That was very telling. So, and then of course, as soon as the job became available, all of a sudden then, it was, oh, yeah, my kids are fine. I'll holler at y'all when I get back. I'm taking the job in Brooklyn. I'm sorry, Philly, excuse me. Philly. And then Mike D'Antoni's like, I don't even want no job in Houston no more. I don't want to resign. I don't want no more money. I just don't want it. I don't even want another job in Houston. I knew that one was coming. By the way, Tillman Fertitta handled his contract negotiation at the beginning of the season. Tillman Fertitta made all of that public and all of that harder than it had to be. Lauryn Hill was somewhere saying, oh, it could all be so simple, but you'd rather make this hard. I knew Maury wasn't coming back then. Dan Toney wasn't coming back then. I knew Dan Toney wasn't coming back then, and nothing changed during the season and after the season. Dan Toney, like the plane hadn't even landed. You know, sir, can you take your seat? Can you put your seat? Hold on, I just got to tell everybody, yo, I ain't coming back. Love y'all. And then that's when Harden and Russ were like, yo, we out too. We don't want to be a part of this. So I feel like it all started in one place, the top. And no shade at Rafael Stone, no shade at the new, because even the 15-year president of the organization decided he wasn't coming back. All that translated to me, somebody is taking over, and I don't really think they know what they're doing. I think Tillman Fertitta and his son are flexing. And the basketball people decided, it's your stuff. We're out. You can have it. It's your team. Do what you want to do. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on. We'll be right back with more right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. At least 4 major U.S. cities are reeling from an onslaught of mass shootings over the weekend. The shootings left 6 people dead and at least 38 wounded, and police officials alarmed that the surge in gun violence is a prelude to a bloody summer. Police in Austin, Cleveland, Chicago, and Savannah are all investigating mass shootings that started over a 6-hour period that began around 9 p.m. Friday and spilled over into Saturday morning. A dangerous new variant is on the rise in the U.S., but vaccines appear to provide good protection. The Delta variant is quickly on its way to becoming the dominant strain of COVID-19 in the U.S. Experts have been warning that the Delta variant could pose considerable danger to those who are unvaccinated. Researchers say the coronavirus vaccine appears to provide good protection against some of the worrisome new variants circulating, including the Delta variant. According to the CDC, the U.S. has administered more than 300 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
The lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Okay, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. All new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Talk Your Team Tuesday. I see just sent a message and said, AJ, crazy as it might sound, I just said the same thing to one of my homeboys about Tillman Fertitta. Basketball people are not going to put up with billionaires who don't know what they're doing. Woo. Tell me how you really feel, IC. And IC goes on to say he's a lifelong Rockets fan. Lifelong Rockets fan. Felt like the owner doing too much interacting with the team in places where he should have let it go. All right, I've got to get to these birthdays. I didn't get to them yesterday. Did not get to them yesterday. Let me see if I can get to them today real fast. Carla Warren celebrating her birthday along with Cynthia B. Rosie Wallace, 52 today. Janie Hudson celebrating her birthday today along with Susan Qualls Wagner. Also, Douglas Jones, what's up, fam? Happy birthday to you. Portia Zanell is celebrating her birthday along with Carrie Shoemate. Pamela Young celebrating her birthday. One of my good friends and one of the baddest musicians in Houston, Portia Fagan Lewis. Portia, put me in Z flat along with Lisa Brown, all celebrating their birthdays today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you and yours celebrating their birthday today.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this trying to be the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You ought to make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Nah, that's just the first hour on the books, second hour underway here on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Talk Your Team Tuesday, and that's where you get a chance to talk about your favorite team, whether it's good or bad. You can talk about your team. I got a lot of folks up in the Detroit area that are really concerned about their basketball team and their football team, and are a little concerned about the baseball team. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the baseball team. I'll be honest, I haven't been following the Detroit Tigers a whole lot, but let me get over here. Yeah, I see it. I didn't take me to look long, and yeah, I see it. I said they ain't in last though. They're not in last place. They right by it, but they ain't in last place. They're game up. White Sox 41-25, Indians 35-28, Kansas City 30-35, and then the Detroit Tigers 27-39. They're 14 games out of first place. They could go on a run. They could get the runs. I don't know. Gosh, it's got to be rough to be in a city like that. Lions are bad. I don't think they're going to be too good under Dan Campbell. I really don't. I'm sorry, and I mean no disrespect. I don't think Dan Campbell, I don't think he gets it. I really don't. That, we're gonna kick you in the face, and we're gonna fall down, we're gonna get back up, we're gonna bite you in the toe, and we're gonna fall down, we're gonna get back up, we're gonna do that, and we need a lion out there, and I don't care if he chews my arm off, we're just gonna be real good. That doesn't play. Like, that doesn't make your team one bit better than anybody you're going to play against. Nobody on the other side of the field is going to say, oh, that's the guy that he said every time we knock him down, they're going to get up and bite off a body part, or they're going to have a lion at their practice and it's going to chew off the coach's arm. Oh, God, we're scared. Let's not play. Bro, that's like little league stuff. That's not even high school stuff. That's little league stuff. I'm not saying Dan Campbell's a bad dude. I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying the approach is already just, yeesh. Dwayne Casey has some bright spots to work with the Pistons. You let them mess around and get Cade Cunningham, who I want the Rockets to get, but you let Detroit mess around and get Cade Cunningham, and things can change overnight. I really do. I think that's Detroit's best bet for a good team to watch. Out of their three major sports, what's their hockey team? What did their hockey team do this year? Out of the four major sports. Chicago Blackhawk. Okay. Detroit Red Wings this past year. Oh, they weren't bad. They were seventh. Yeah. So anyway, out of their major sports, the team with the best shot to me is the basketball team. Basketball, hockey, baseball, then football. Basketball, hockey, baseball, then football in Detroit. So, there are a lot of folks up there. They are literally, I ain't calling in and talk about my team, bro. I ain't got nothing good to say. None of them. Cincinnati, again, been tough ever since you got rid of coaches that at least got you to the playoffs. I mean, I really feel like Mike Brown succumbed to the pressure of the fan base and getting rid of Marvin Lewis. I mean, I know everybody's real high on Zach Taylor. Everybody's real high on him. Real high. Oh, great guy, great coach. Yeah, check his record, though, real quick. Oh, but AJ, his quarterback went down. All right. Marvin Lewis was getting to the playoffs consistently with Andy Dalton. If Zach doesn't get there with Joe Burrow this season, you got to start looking at it. Cleveland, same thing. Baseball, you got something going on there. You got something going on with your baseball team. Basketball, I'm sorry, they gotta do more than talk about what they had when they had LeBron, Kyrie, and them fellas. They've yet to rebuild that. And football has been a positive. It's been a very big positive. But have you turned the corner? Best record in a long time, playoffs, first time in a long time, made some noise in the playoffs. But hey, do it again. The consistent ones, the good ones, they do it consistently. So anyway, Kim Y. Davis, Chalk Talk Sports, supposed to be joining me this hour. Really looking forward to her. She just finished her show, so she'll be dropping on any minute. And when we get her on, we're going to talk about the Houston Texans. And she's been down at the training camp. She's been covering them, the mini camp, I guess it was. She's been covering that. And then Texans GM Nick Caserio was on a local radio station yesterday, and he made some interesting comments. First, it was the standard, we're letting the process play out. We're focused on what we can control. The players are getting ready. Coaches are getting ready. Front office is getting ready. And then it felt like he diverted because he said something kind of eye-opening. I'll go ahead and tell you what he said. I'm going to ask Kim Y. Davis about it when she comes on. He said that the team is going to try to make the best decision for the team, for the franchise, for the organization as they get closer to training camp. Training camp's July 27th. So it sounds like to me the Texans are going to pull the plug on something by July 27th. Whether it be a trade, whether it be a release, whether they bring him back. Talking about Deshaun Watson, who obviously is still dealing with sexual assault civil lawsuits. Sounds like, according to Nick Casario, because he didn't have to say that. He already gave the patented answers yesterday. Said that the organization is going to try and do what's best for the team as they get closer to training camp, which is July 27th. That's when the Texans report. Could be pretty interesting. Would like to see what they got up their sleeve. All right, take a break, come back. I'm going to break down these quarterbacks in each division on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. Again, keep the text messages coming, 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005, or email me, aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com, or you can call in 281-453-1000 on the lunch break.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 a.m., 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Got to give the people time. Give people what they want.
You're listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all. Back here on the lunch break, legendary KYOK. All new 92.3 FM, streaming live, KYOKradio.org. Check us out on social media, the Lunch Break Facebook page. In your search engine, just put at the Lunch Break KYOK, at the Lunch Break KYOK. You'll find the page, like it, and you can catch it live right there. Or put in KYOK Radio, at KYOK Radio. You'll get the station Facebook page. You can catch us live there. Or on YouTube, The Lunch Break with AJ. The Lunch Break with AJ on YouTube. And then on Twitter, at Lunch Break KYOK, at Lunch Break KYOK. And I want to thank Kev, the producer, over there at Texas Southern, for getting us rolling on all these different platforms. All right, let me pull it down. All right, so one of the listeners last night, he and I went back and forth, not in a bad way, just thought he had some interesting conversation about, how we predict things early in the year when we don't even know the rookies. We don't know who's going to get cut. We don't know free agents, what have you. And I thought he brought up a valid point because, it's fun to do for listeners, but it means nothing. And then he said, how about if we look at the quarterbacks in each division and you kind of rank the quarterbacks in each division, because that might tell a story on what a team has potential to really do. And I thought that was interesting. Kim White Davis is joining, so let me get her on real quick. Kim, I got to get you some theme music, man. I got to get you some walk-up music. What would you like your walk-up song to be, Kim?
Oh, I don't know.
Kim White Davis, Chalk Talk, one of the baddest shows in the business, been around for a while. She's been doing radio since she was 2, and always just one of the best. And what's the cup say? I like, even the cup is fly. Merchandising. Her merch is fly.
Actually, yeah, but it's not. It just says espresso mocha. I can't take any credit for it. I just bought it. I don't make any money off of it, so we're just gonna let it ride.
Well, we got.
I'm gonna work on that.
I was gonna say you got to do it.
To you. I need to get with you because I got some ideas.
Kim, we have a coffee talk show on the station. It's called Coffee with Keith. Guy's name is Keith Hawkins. He went to UT, and man, he talks about. Yeah, I know, because Kim went to A&M. And this brother is so knowledgeable about coffee. I've learned more about coffee. I've been drinking coffee since I was little, and I've learned more about coffee in the month and a half that this show has been on. He's had people from Colombia on the show and other parts of the world.
When is the show on? I'm going to have to check him out.
Saturday from 12 to 1 right here on KYOK.
Okay. All right, Keith.
Yep. It's a really good show. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Kim, we were just about, so I had a listener last night was back and forth with me about breaking down quarterbacks in each division from 1 to 4. And I was just about to get started with the AFC East. And help me with it.
Okay, let me look at them. Okay.
Okay. I mean, just based on what happened last year, it would be hard not to say that Josh Allen was not the best quarterback in the NFC East. Yeah. And then I got to go Cam Newton, New England, because Bill Belichick says he's light years ahead of where he was this time last year. And then I got to go Tua at Miami. I can't go Wilson any higher than 4. I mean, he's a rookie, right?
Right, correct.
And he's a rookie from BYU in New Jersey. I mean, New York City, New Jersey. I can't give him any shine until I see how he handles the shine, right?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I agree. I think I would go with that. I'd go the same route. I mean, you got to start with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He's earned it.
Yeah. I as much as I didn't like him when he first came out, I got to appreciate what he's done from the time since he's been in the league.
And I can go with Cam based on just Cam's body of work. I mean, he didn't have a great year last year, but based on his body of work, I can go with that.
Can we say this? Cam Newton pre-COVID was on his way. Like you could see bright spots. They almost beat Seattle pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And then when Cam got COVID and tried to come back, he was a whole different dude.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking at somebody else who put something out, and they actually had Tua above Cam, which is interesting.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially with Tua saying, I didn't even have a playbook down last season. There were games where Tua looked pretty sharp. There were games when Tua looked like he didn't have the playbook down.
I was going to say, he looked like he didn't have the playbook down. But yeah, definitely, I think Zach Wilson at four is a no-brainer. Because at this point, we just don't know what you're going to get from Zach Wilson.
Right. All right, let's go AFC North.
Okay.
Obviously, you got Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati.
So, I'm going to go ahead and start with Lamar Jackson.
That's my number one. I'm not mad.
And then I'm going to go Joe Burrow.
Kim, hold on now. Wait a minute. Get out of my head. I got Joe Burrow at number 2.
And then it gets tough. I'm not a Baker Mayfield fan, but Roethlisberger is just
putrid.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Baker Mayfield and then Roethlisberger.
We got it identical, and I thought that I was gonna make people mad because I went Joe Burrow over Baker Mayfield. And listen, let me tell you something. Baker is on a squad. Baker has weapons on top of weapons on top of weapons. So even in the games where Baker, I don't know what he's thinking, I don't know what he's doing, whatever, he's got people that can pick him up and pull it out. Joe Burrows is just slinging that thing, man. Burrows.
Let me just say this. I can probably complete some passes with the people that Joe Burrow got, that Baker Mayfield has.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Let me tell you something, though. The Cleveland fans are really sensitive. Cleveland and Texas fans, people who saw him come up from where he went to high school and saw him when he went, to Texas Tech and Oklahoma.
Madness.
I mean, folks get mad about their Baker Mayfield if we don't.
I don't know why.
And he can dance and all that kind of stuff. I'm just saying the dude is the third best quarterback in the NFC North. I mean, in the AFC North.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
He is.
Yep.
And it was a struggle for me to put him above Ben Roethlisberger. It's just that Ben is getting a little older, and we don't know if Ben really want to play, and
Yeah. Ben needs to.
I mean, he can't be ahead of Joe Burrow, and definitely not ahead of Lamar Jackson. So
right.
I mean, where is he going to go?
Number three. and listen, and better hope Ben doesn't play better this year because he's not number 4 then. All right, so then we've got the AFC South. And obviously we've got to do this as if Deshaun Watson is not going to be in Houston. So you give me your quarterback rankings for the AFC South, and I'll give you mine.
So, but right now he is in Houston. I mean, he's still a Houston Texan. So we going to just go without that?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You know he ain't going to be on the field in September.
But he might not be on any field in September. We just don't really know.
Okay.
I mean, in terms of, suspension or whatever. But
Fair enough.
I get it.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But no. You go ahead and give me your list with or without him. Fair enough.
I mean, it changes. With Deshaun Watson, he's my number one in the division.
Right.
And without him, wow. Okay. So I'm really torn. But without him and with the recent signing of Julio to the Titans, I'm going to have to start with Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
Because I just don't know which Carson Wentz you're going to get.
You preaching.
So this is a tough division for me. And then we got the rookie Trevor Lawrence, but I'm not really big on putting rookies high. So I guess we're going to go Tannehill, Wentz. Wentz, Tyrod Taylor, and Trevor Lawrence.
Interesting.
Because Trevor's a rookie.
Okay, stay right there. I got to take a break. And when we come back, I'm going to give you mine. Kim Y. Davis joining us here on the lunch break. We'll be right back right after this on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
The Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK, 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire, located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 a.m. and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org. This is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of CWA District 6, representing over 30,000 union members in Texas, asking you to please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for Lamar City Council District 8. I've known Kim to be a hard-working community activist who is responsive to the needs of the community, and as a city council member who work hard to improve the lives of all residents of Lamar. Early voting is taking place June 7th through June 15th, and Election Day is June 19th. Please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for City Council District 8.
Paid for by the Texas for Working Families.
Hey guys, this is your girl Brandy Nelson, and you are listening to The Lunch Break on KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org, broadcasting on YouTube and Twitter, and hanging out with my friend Kim Y. Davis, Chalk Talk Sports. Kim, before we get back into it, how was the show today? What'd you talk about today?
So we had fun today. We did a lot of NBA playoffs. I let him hear from Chris Paul, the Truth Paul. We talked about the conference semifinals and the conference to be finals. One team already in, three others trying to figure out how to get there. And we talked about the Texans electing not to have a mini camp because they so good. And we also talked. We did a little baseball because I always got to get my Astros in.
Yep.
And then we we did a little politics. I gave everybody the phone numbers to call their senators. I let them hear from Stacey Abrams about what we should be doing. We cannot just sit back and let democracy be stripped from us.
Yeah.
So call your senators, both of them. Call them every day. When I get done with you, I've got to put in calls to my friends Ted and John.
Okay. All right. And those are Ted Cruz and John Cornyn. For those who don't know Ted and John,
right?
Their first name basis. So I love that. I absolutely love that. Complete sidebar. It's Talk Your Team Tuesday, and Stacey Abrams is my team, and I mean that sincerely. How did you feel about Gayle King and her interview with Stacey Abrams, talking about girl who you dating and all that kind of stuff? How'd you feel about that?
So I'd be honest with you, I never saw the interview. I heard about it and just elected not to watch it. And Stacey's response was like, "Hey, you know what? It's no big deal." So to me, it's no big deal. I mean, that is a part of her body of work. She's written these romance novels. The whole how you dating seems a little too personal. So
it just seems like if you've got and this somebody's gonna say that's a stretch of an analogy. If I'm sitting down with Albert Einstein, I'm not gonna ask him how he's enjoying his grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Right. It just, I mean, Gayle gets she get a lot of smoke though. She can't really do a whole lot right, but I thought it was unnecessary. I think that's what it is. I think that sometimes she goes to a place that's just unnecessary. Like, then we need to know that.
Right.
Because you gonna tell us who you dating?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm all about I have challenges with the appropriateness of stuff, and I didn't really think that was an appropriate question.
Yeah. What's interesting, Kim Y. Davis joining us from Chalk Talk's our show. What's interesting is we can't even chalk it up to we need more diversity in the newsroom because she is as diverse as they come.
Right.
But I'm a firm believer. If you can't get better out of Gayle King and Oprah and Tyler, where are we gonna get it from? I mean,
I don't really know. I don't know where you're gonna get it from, and I just think it's do better. Just do better.
There it is.
Would you have asked? And I don't even know. Perhaps she would have asked somebody else. And then here's the other thing. I have to also check myself and say, as a viewer or a consumer, do I have different expectations of Gayle than I have of other journalists? Do I feel like, is that something? And do I have different expectations of her when she's interviewing Black people? Let's just break it all down.
Yeah.
Because if she's asking somebody that's not Black the same question, would we be bothered? And I don't know the answer to that because I guess we don't really hear it. We don't really hear criticism about her interviewing anybody other than Black people. Does she ask the same kind of questions? If they're across the board, then that's who she is.
Yeah, that's a very good
her style. So I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, very, very good point. I can check myself on that as well. She still got to do better.
She got to do better. Yeah.
Yeah. In the words of the late, she ain't dead, but in the words of the late great Negro former First Lady Melania Trump, be best. She closed her eyes on me.
I can't even believe. I'm waiting on some great Michelle Obama quote, and that's what you got.
Kim said, "Why did I do this interview? Why? These will be minutes I will never get back in my life." Kim Y. Davis, Chalk Talk Sports on the show on the lunch break today. Talk Your Team Tuesday. All right, so we just finished up the AFC North. We started on the South. You said, Sean, if he's there, Ryan Tannehill, Carson Wentz, and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but I took Deshaun out because
Okay,
I said he's probably not going to be here. So I started with Ryan Tannehill.
All right.
Only because he's got such great weapons around him.
Yeah. And he got Derrick Henry behind him.
He got Derrick Henry. He just got Julio Jones. So I put him at the top. Then I went with, I guess, Carson Wentz, because Carson Wentz kind of like with my shoulder shrugged.
Yeah.
Then I went to Tyrod Taylor. And then I went to Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, let me give you mine.
Okay.
AFC South. I'm going, assuming Deshaun doesn't play, Ryan Tannehill for the same reasons. He got to really try hard to get it wrong this year. Like he really has to try hard to get it wrong this year. And then I've got Tyrod Taylor, because let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I am not going to keep giving Carson Wentz the benefit of the doubt. I mean, very few people had this conversation. You've got a quote-unquote franchise quarterback who literally has stopped talking to his head coach because the organization drafted Jalen Hurts. We ain't talking about Aaron Rodgers. We're talking about Carson Wentz.
Right.
So everybody's talking about how, Moody and everything Russell Wilson was, and how, wrong Deshaun Watson was, and how wrong Aaron Rodgers was. Ain't nobody talked about how wrong Carson Wentz was. Carson Wentz even got up and apologized. I could have handled things better. I could have been more mature. But you
should have.
And you're a grown man. You knew better.
You should have.
Bro.
You should have known better. Yeah.
And just because he got with his quarterback whisperer, in Indianapolis, I don't know if it's going to work. I just don't know. So
yeah, I'm with you there. I get it.
I'm going Tyrod Taylor. I'm going Tyrod.
I'm not mad at that.
I feel like Tyrod and Brandon Cooks are going to have something special this year. I don't know.
The only reason I couldn't go higher is because I just know the rest of the team he's playing on.
Right.
And so it was hard for me. But I'm not mad at that. I mean, AFC South is not a stellar division. So.
Yeah, I mean, and then Trevor Lawrence. Has Trevor Lawrence signed yet? I don't think he's signed a contract yet, has he?
I have not paid attention, but for some reason, I feel like I thought he had.
I think there's 10 unsigned first round picks, and the top 4 are in that that category. They haven't signed yet. I could be wrong, but I think the top 4 are still unsigned. But even so, whoever plays quarterback at Jacksonville is going to be last. If it's Gardner Minshew, if it's Trevor Lawrence, Trevor's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to see what.
Yeah, he hasn't signed it yet. Apparently, they talked about the value of the one that he will eventually get. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
And these are all slotted contracts, so we know where they've got to go. It's the makeup, how much of it's going to be, signing bonus, upfront, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
what's the spread? I need to break down.
Until Trevor Lawrence does something, he's in last in the South. All right, AFC West, kind of interesting. Now you got Kansas City, San Diego, Oakland, and Denver. Who you got?
So obviously, I'm going to start with Patrick Mahomes.
I was going to say, we know who number 1 is.
We know who's number 1.
Right.
Then it gets really interesting. So I'm kind of thinking maybe Drew Lock.
Really?
No, I'm not.
I'm going to stop reacting out loud. Because when I react out loud, you change. And if your pick is Drew Lock, then rock with Drew Lock.
No, it's not. So I'm going to go with Kansas City, obviously, first with Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's a mess out there.
It really is. AFC West is really a mess.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's Derek Carr that I'm not really sure. Like, I don't really think that his coach likes him, and so after, and then of course, is it Justin Herbert? I mean, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
And, I think I'm going to go with Drew Lock for second because I don't really know who else to put there.
Okay.
And then I'll go with Derek Carr.
All right.
And then I guess Justin.
All right. All right.
What you got?
Okay. So obviously number one, Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
I have a hard time with a rookie going into that sophomore season. But I'm going to go ahead and give Justin Herbert, A-Bear everywhere else in the South, but Herbert. I'm going to go ahead and give him number two. I'm with you on Derek Carr. Derek Carr should be the second best quarterback in that division, but whatever he's got going on with John Gruden, it's just not healthy. I mean, it's just not. You're like you really are damaging the organization that's already, as bad as it can be from top to bottom, and you're making it harder than it needs to be. But Derek Carr at number three, and Drew Lock until he takes that next step.
Yeah,
I've got him at number four. At number
four.
All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the NFC.
Okay.
Because this is the division that everybody is talking about Washington as if they were last year 14-2. Like, oh yeah, Rivera did a great job, and Taylor Heineken. It's like, let me look at my notes again. They were 7-9.
But isn't Ryan Fitzpatrick their quarterback?
And now they brought in Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss something, because I didn't miss something.
So Ryan Fitzpatrick at 30, whatever he is, about to be 40 something, who knows? Ryan Fitzpatrick all of a sudden is going to be exponentially better than he's ever been anywhere else.
He's going to be that for the first 4 or 5 games. You can get 4 games out of him where he's going to look like, oh man, and then he's going to come back to earth. I said 4 or 5 games. I didn't say he'd win those 4 or 5 games. He's just going to look good in those games.
Baby, and I love Ryan Fitzpatrick looking like.
I do too. I like him a lot.
And he's fun to talk to and interview and all that kind of stuff.
All of that.
But that don't translate to another win on the field. So again, Ryan Fitzpatrick on a 7-9 team. How much more can he bring to the table? Anyway, that being said, give me your top 4 in the NFC East, Kim Y. Davis, Chalk Talk Sports.
So obviously I'm going to start with Dak Prescott.
You and me both.
And then I'm trying to decide if I'm going Daniel Jones or Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is just an emotional pick. So I'm going to go with Daniel Jones for 2. And then I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to round it out with Ryan Fitzpatrick.
See, you're who I want to be when I grow up. You said that with your chest. You said that you don't care what they say about. Brady Quinn was going in on how great Ryan Fitzpatrick was, and somebody just called him because in his next segment, he's like, well, let's temper it. They were only 7-9, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, blah, 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 blah. I fell into the peer pressure, Kim. I got
who was doing that?
Brady Quinn.
Oh, okay.
The quarterback guru out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Future Hall of Fame of something, not football. But anyway, I got Dak at number 1, and I let peer pressure get me. I got Ryan Fitzpatrick at number 2.
Stop the magic.
I did. Peer pressure, man. It's peer pressure. I did.
Hey, okay.
I can hear my mama say, if your friends jump off a cliff, you're going to jump off a cliff.
Are you going to jump too? Right.
Yes, ma'am. I will.
Yikes.
Number 3, I got Jalen Hurts. Number 4, I got Daniel Jones. I know. I feel bad about it. I feel bad about myself right now.
Don't feel bad. Those are your picks.
I don't like them. And I wrote them in.
You put Hurts above Daniel Jones.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I was struggling with that, but I need to see him. His body of work is I need to see a little more from Jalen before I can put him up higher.
I do too. I want to see Jalen without having, the negative energy of Carson Wentz, death staring him every time he does what Carson can't do. NFC North with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
And then give me AFC North without Aaron Rodgers.
So with Aaron Rodgers is obviously 1.
Okay.
And I guess Jared Goff would be 2. And then, wow. Andy Dalton? Is that who's going to be the player for
I ain't believing that
Bears?
foolishness.
No, so I guess, and then you got Kirk Cousins. I mean, Justin Fields is a ways off, so I don't know that he's going to get time. They still have Nick Foles. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, and then I really don't know. I don't know. I don't really know who's going to be the Bears quarterback. I can't really be sure about that. So I guess I would have to then go with, I guess, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
And then whoever's the Bears person.
Yeah.
Because it could be Dalton or Foles, and then at some point Justin Fields is probably going to get in there.
Correct.
So
and it's funny because I did it the exact same way. So I've got Aaron Rodgers, of course, if he plays. Again, peer pressure. I went with Kirk Cousins. I mean, at least he knows the system, as opposed to Jared Goff trying to run Dan Campbell's offense. And I got a big problem with Dan Campbell. I don't think he's dumb. I don't think he's incompetent. But God, he's doing everything he can to sound like it. I mean, he's just doing everything he can.
Yeah, he's not super impressive.
If I was a little league football player under him, I would pull my hammy, rolling my eyes at his comments. It's like, dude, none of that makes us better. So I got Goff at number 3, and then whoever plays quarterback for
the Bears.
For the Bears at number 4. But now, if Aaron Rodgers is out, it changes a little bit. I go, believe it or not, Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
I go Jared Goff at number 2. I go Bears quarterback at number 3, and I go Love at number 4 because, again, just don't know what's going on.
And I think that's where I am too. I'm the same way without Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
That would be my pick.
Right, and it's hard for me. Hear me when I say as hard as it was for me to put Ryan Fitzpatrick at number 2 in the NFC East.
And you really did that too.
It's really hard for me to give Kirk Cousins. You like that? Any credit. Like any credit whatsoever. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm going to leave out of here and go lay down. I really am. Kim, I got to take a short break. We got Kim Y. Davis, Chalk Talk Sports, joining us. Keith Hawkins said he needs your contact information, so he can follow you. And then we'll do that when we come back. If you want to talk to your team, hit me up, 832-403-5005. Or AJ at KYOKsports.com. We'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
Hey, AJ.
11:40 a.m. on 92.
I need to run out and get something for Zena. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Should I stop my camera?
Yeah, I got you.
Your loved one passed away due to COVID-19. Pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
This is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of CWA District 6, representing over 30,000 union members in Texas, asking you to please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for Lamarck City Council District 8. I've known Kim to be a hard-working community activist who is responsive to the needs of the community, and as a city council member who work hard to improve the lives of all residents of Lamarck. Early voting is taking place June 7th through June 15th, and Election Day is June 19th. Please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for City Council District 8.
Paid for by the Texas for Working Families.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we are giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
Hey, you want some sports with your lunch? Well, tune in to the legendary KYOK at the lunch break. And I'm Raven Rogers.
I mean, indoor, outdoor champ, 800 meters, getting ready for the Sochi Olympics. Raven Rogers out of Kincaid High School with that drop. Appreciate you, Raven. We're rooting for you. All right, Kim Y. Davis, Chalk Talk Sports, hanging in with us on Talk Your Team Tuesday. Rodney DeWalt talking his team. He said Jalen Hurts, #1. Kim, they can see you now. They saw that whole look on your face, all of it. You're muted. Say something else. Say something. Unmute. See, Rodney got you. He muted your thing.
Is it muted now?
You good now, loud and clear.
So I'm pulling for Jalen Hurts, right? He's a Houston guy.
Right.
I just thought he handled himself well with that whole Alabama situation.
Absolutely.
I like him.
Yep.
But I'm not about to put him above Dak Prescott now. Just stop it. Y'all stop. Not yet. He's not earned that.
That's why that's why I love this new show we're doing on Tuesday, because folks talk their team. Even if they haven't earned it. You remember the Cowboy fans? They would be 6-10. And Cowboy fans
they wait to the Super Bowl. Talking noise.
You know what I mean? They will convince you that they were almost 16-0. They were 6-10. But they would tell you literally the one play that cost them the game, and they could have been 16-0. Eagle fans are trying to get like that now. Look at them.
They are trying to get like that. Are they Eagle fans or are they Jalen Hurts fans?
I think
they probably Eagles fans.
I think they might be Jalen Hurts fans.
This part of the country, they're probably Jalen Hurts fans. But Eagle fans are they kind of obnoxious too.
That's a different breed.
I'm not calling Albert obnoxious, but Jalen Hurts is not there yet.
Yeah,
right now it's Dak.
I got you. Okay, now we got to go to the NFC South. Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta, and Carolina.
Okay.
Who you got?
Well, I'm going to start with Tom Brady. I have no reason not to.
Absolutely.
I mean, so Tom Brady. Man, I feel like I should go with Matt Ryan, but it's another one of those divisions that make it kind of difficult.
That's why I love that the fan came up with this, because this is a little different now. I like this.
This is a little different. I like it. It's making me have to work.
Yeah.
So I'm good with Tom Brady. I'm solid on my #1.
Yep.
Sam Darnold. Is this gonna be the year? And then what y'all doing in New Orleans? You really going with Taysom Hill, or is Jameis gonna come in? I mean, we know he is not gonna play the rookie. Okay, so Tom Brady. I digress. I guess I'm gonna go with Matt Ryan.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go Sam Darnold, and I'm gonna finish with I guess Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston. I don't know. Do you feel like that it's clear cut in terms of who's going to be the starter for the Saints?
I don't think it is, and I really
don't think it is either.
I think it should be. I really do.
Who do you think it should be?
I think it should be Jameis Winston. Sam Darnold is limited. A lot of folks keep talking about, the Saints are going to have a hard time replacing Drew Brees, da-da-da-da-da. I think they forget that the Drew Brees that the Saints are replacing is not the Hall of Fame, number.
Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Right. Yeah. Drew Brees last year was limited to the point where Todd Bowles say, hey, don't drop anybody back farther than 10 yards, because he can't throw it past 10 yards.
He was better than serviceable, but because of his history, we wouldn't want to say that.
Absolutely. And we just got to be honest on
We gotta
this.
be honest. Yeah.
So Taysom Hill is that dude, and he's healthy. At least Drew was hurting, and he was limited. Taysom Hill is not going to stretch the field. Taysom, yeah, he'll run it and that, but guess what? They can figure that out. To me, it's got to be Jameis, and keep doing what you've been doing with Taysom Hill, and you kind of keep some of that continuity and some of the momentum going. I feel like they got to go with Jameis. I do. I really do.
So
and
what's your order? Your order is Tom Brady.
So with you, Tom Brady number 1.
Okay.
I didn't have a hard time with Matt Ryan at number 2. I don't know what he's going to do without Julio Jones, but remember, they didn't get the ball to Julio Jones in the end zone a whole lot anyway. It's what they did with him from the 20 to the 20 that Julio Jones made his money there. I'm going to go with Jameis at number 3. Sam Darnold, listen, I don't know what they're doing in Carolina. I'll be honest with you. I really don't. I really don't. They, to me, would have been better off bringing back Teddy Bridgewater and giving him another go at it in that new offense. Because remember, that's when they brought Brady in, Joe Brady. So you got your quarterback coming into a new offense, and he didn't quite, have it down. And from what I understand now, the quarterback's coach wasn't running his practices like most quarterback coaches in the NFL. He never worked on fourth down, and he never worked on situational football. He did that stuff he did at LSU. I'm sorry, we ain't in at LSU. So I just don't think Sam Darnold is going to get it done, and they're banking on it. And I think that they're going to end up suffering from that decision. So again, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Jameis, and Sam Darnold. In that order, final answer, lock it in.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the toughest division. I got the NFC West.
Okay.
Who you got? Okay. Seattle. And then, of course, you got
So here's who I got. I'm going to tell you.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. Are you sure? Seattle, Arizona, and then you're going to try and figure out between the 49ers
and the Rams?
And the Rams?
So I'm starting with Russell Wilson as 1, right?
Sierra's husband. Go ahead.
Sierra's husband, but I'm going to give him his own name. Russell Wilson is 1.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Kyler Murray at 2.
Kim.
You putting Kyler Murray ahead of Russell Wilson?
I ain't say that.
So I just because right now I'm going Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray.
What you doing at 3 and 4?
I guess I'm going Matthew Stafford and then Jimmy Garoppolo.
Published reports say that Trey Lance could start.
Trey Lance could start. He's already at number 2 on their depth chart.
Published reports.
But right now, I can't really say Trey Lance because he's a rookie and they like him and they clearly
like him a lot.
They're not fans of Jimmy Garoppolo, but it's going to take him just really falling off the turnip truck. So I got to put the 49ers to start the season in the 4th spot. Now, Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson, I could go. I'm not mad at it if you say Kyler's 1, but right now I'm still going with Russell Wilson, and then I'm going Kyler Murray. Even though,
Okay.
His dad and I, Aggies, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to mess with that. I got in trouble a couple of weeks ago because I came down hard on the state of Texas football. I'm talking about college. A&M has got to take that next step.
They do. But here's the thing. I think the last year is the first time they won in November in a long time. Because, A&M starts out like gangbusters.
Right.
But if they can't get a win at Alabama, right?
Right.
You're going to be defined by how you do against Alabama and LSU.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
And it's fair. I mean, that's the standard.
Right. All these Power 5 conferences are top heavy.
Yeah, they are.
In the Big Ten, if you don't start beating Ohio State, I don't want to hear about Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Penn State. If you don't start beating Ohio State consistently, then same thing with Alabama. If you don't start beating Alabama, tired of hearing about Georgia, tired of hearing about A&M, tired of hearing about,
Well,
LSU.
Jimbo's got to take that next step, earn that money he gave him. They got to earn that. He's got to earn it now. He did get to November and get a win in November, which they just really, if you think about it, they just hadn't done in a while.
Right.
So this is the year they've got to take another step, and we'll see.
Right. And then, last and certainly not least, UT fans, I'm sorry, but y'all really haven't been relevant in a long time. I mean, it's Oklahoma's division. And you keep talking about.
I think it's called karma.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying too. So yeah, I got in trouble, and I'm sorry, your boy Dana Holgerson over there at U of H. That's a hot mess over there. I stay away.
Don't even get me talking about those people.
That's a hot mess over there. I don't even. I'm
not even mad that they don't credential me. I stopped asking. I want to say y'all not really good enough for me to come cover y'all anyway.
Let me tell you.
I'm not asking for a credential anymore. I'll cover TSU and Rice and PV and A&M and Texas and HBU. I'm good. I got stuff to do.
Dana Holgerson is not who they thought he was. He just isn't. So, but let me give you.
I think he's not who Tillman thought he was.
Well, and that too. And
I think other people, he's exactly who a lot of folk thought he was.
Yeah.
They know football and they know his history.
I'm really happy for De'Aaron King down there in Miami. I hope he comes back from that injury in the unnecessary bowl game.
Right.
Yeah. Because some kind of way you're less of a man if you don't play in the meaningless bowl game.
Right. So, in the COVID season.
Russell Wilson, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Kyler Murray, number 2. Matthew Stafford, Aloysius Johnson Jones III at number 3. And whoever plays quarterback for the 49ers.
Oh, we were the same in that one. Yeah.
At number 4. Right. So that was an interesting assignment. I really enjoyed
that.
Because, it made me work as well.
Yeah. I had to think about it. And there are a few of those that you're like, you just don't know. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for me to have Ryan Fitzpatrick and Kirk Cousins and even Matt Ryan where I did was.
Well, here's the thing, too. I mean, with the Vikings, they have Kellen Mond in the second spot in terms of how he's working in OTAs and minicamp. So I guess they think he's going to push Kirk Cousins or something. I don't know.
Let me tell you something. I really think that's their quarterback of the future. I really do. And I really think the future is going to be sooner than a lot of folks think. Remember when the 49ers was doing their thing with Alex Smith, they were on their way to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And in the process, they decided we could do something a little bit more if we give, let me say the unmentionable name, Colin Kaepernick a shot. And they were, you okay?
Yeah, I just unplugged something.
Okay. And they were one play away from winning a Super Bowl. I think Kellen Mond can give them something that Kirk Cousins can. And I hope he gets a chance to do that up there.
I hope he does too. We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see. So.
Kim, we're at that time. Tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, and keep up with all the great things you're doing in many areas, not just Chalk Talk.
Well, I appreciate that. So you can follow me on Twitter at Kim Y. Davis. You can follow me on Instagram at kim.y.davis and also at Kimmy Treats. If you're interested in, I have vegan popcorn and I have some hand-whipped organic body butter. And after this, although we are getting to the other side, we're not there yet of COVID, but all of the, washing of our hands and alcohol, your skin's dried out, you need this body butter and it's great for your feet. I actually made it originally for feet, but I use it all over. So go to Kimmy Treats. And I do a show every Tuesday at 11 o'clock on Facebook Live and on YouTube. It's called Chalk Talk. And I'm throwing in some Instagram Lives now occasionally, but that's what I do. That's where you can find me. And I'm online, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And she covers the Texans, the Rockets, the Astros, and she does a phenomenal job. Trust me, follow her. You'll thank me. All right. Hey, Kim, thank you. I appreciate you.
It's always good hanging out with you. I like being here. Always cool to hang out with the KYOK family. You know, I got some history with KYOK.
I keep telling folks we're legendary.
That's right. Well, I don't know if that's why you're legendary, but I had some history with KYOK. I used to do a show here, so it's always good to be on the air with you. Thank you so much for sharing your space.
Well, we appreciate you, Kim. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right, talk to you soon.
All right, y'all. Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music, the latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does his thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. Y'all have a blessed day, all right? All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Really had fun with my friend, Kim Y. Davis. Be sure and follow her. Trust me, you're going to be really glad you did. As always, not this, definitely this. I love y'all. We'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?